Wilmington, Delaware is a transition town. Welcome to our cooking class.
You cut up the zucchini, about a pound or so, 3 sort of small to medium sized ones. This one's like the better part of one really big one. A small to medium sized onion, shaved pretty thin. About a tablespoon and a half of regular fine sea salt. Sprinkle it over. Your idea is to try to get as much water out of it as possible and set it over a bowl to drain. Should let it drain for at least an hour or two. I actually put these in the fridge and drain them in about a cup and a half of liquid came out of them. And that's just so that they'll take more of the vinegar. So these are not going to be boiled or pickled. They're really quick and easy to make other than the setting them aside. And they'll keep in the refrigerator. The recipe says for up to a week. I've kept them for up to a year and eaten them, and they're still fine.
Alive.
And they're fine. This is 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar. We're going to use these jars for the pickles. 3/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. And 1/3 of a cup of, this is organic, Florida grown, non-GMO cane sugar. You can use some other sweetener if you want. I'm just going to heat this just for a few minutes until the sugar melts. And while that's happening, I'm going to quick cut up because normally this would go in with the onion. It's just a little shallot. So the idea here is just to cut them very thin.
With a very sharp knife.
With a pretty sharp knife. And of course, when you're cutting, in case you're not a cutter, keeping the knuckles, the fingertips back so that the knuckle guards your fingers from getting, so you don't take the tip of your finger off. So just shoving them all down in there. Put a little red pepper. Throw a couple of those in. Pack in. What the heck, we have lots of this, so we might as well just use it, right?
I've never eaten a dill pickle and said this has too much dill in it.
Well, these aren't necessarily, you can make these without dill. You can mix it up. It's like whatever taste profile. You can do it without the hot peppers. You can make them really spicy. You can add garlic. So just pour it in there and let it percolate down. Woo, that's vinegary. The zucchini was salted and sweated. I did it overnight. You should let it drain for at least 2 hours. Just keep in mind that if you start adding a lot of other larger ingredients, that it might shorten the shelf life. One of the reasons that this lasts a lot longer than the recipe says is because it's shaved very, very thin and all of the pieces are really inundated with the vinegar.